You're not gonna want to miss this. Come on in, grab your seats. The show is gonna start once everyone grabs a seat. The Scammy Awards are one of a kind. I'm missing my co-host from last time, as you guys remember. Alright guys, come on in, grab a seat. Grab your drink, find a seat.
Don't. Make even a small announcement. So, last time we had the Scammy Award party, something bad happened. So, nobody should hand out any scam coin ticket right now.
No scam coin ticket. Hey guys, you want to start the show? Shh. Guys, come on in, come grab your drink, come have a seat. Grab a drink, find a seat. Still have plenty of seats here. You got a spot, they got a front row seat right there on the couch. Take it. Come on in, grab a seat. This does have a comedy club feel. Oh, it's gonna be, we got the crypto couple. How's it not gonna be funny? Oh. All right, guys, let's quiet down. Find your seats, we're gonna begin. Okay, we're recording. Video's good, audio's good, all right. All right, everyone, thank you so much for coming to Unconfiscatable. I want to say a huge thank you to the team that put this together. Applause for Muzzman. He's somewhere here. I don't see him. The Muzzman has made this all possible for the third year in a row. We have a bunch of awesome volunteers. I want to thank Zezo, who flew in from Amsterdam to help us out. Neil was on the merch booth. There's Zezo. Neil, all day. I just want to say thank you. Mal was tweeting. It's hard for me to name everyone. X-Frog. Oh man, the audio video. Danny with the video. It's been awesome. All right. Thank you guys. This is the second annual Scammy Awards, but technically it is the third Scammy Awards because there was an original Scammy Awards in 2015 from Bitcoin Uncensored. Who remembers the Bitcoin Uncensored podcast? All right. That was such a classic Scammy Award in 2015. It had to be replicated. And this is the shot. All right. Quick announcement. Tomorrow, there's no registrations. We're gonna go axe throwing. It's right downtown, right next to the D. Axe throwing, 1:30. Just come. First 50 people that pay to throw an axe will be in a little tournament. And then from there, we'll go upstairs to the Nerd. We're gonna do bowling. That's where the after party was 2 years ago. All right. I want to make sure I get that in. All right. Without any further ado, this year's hosts. I did not have my co-host Leah Wall this year. She's all professional now, launching the Bitcoin ETFs. And I could not find better hosts for the Scammy Awards. Their videos are absolutely hilarious. I'm so happy they accepted the invitation, and it's an honor to let the crypto couple host the 2022 Scammy Awards.
This award show is meant purely as entertainment, and if it gets too toxic for you, you're not gonna make it. No shitcoiners were harmed during the preparation of this award show, but some may be bit-hurt afterwards. Let's all remember that the real Ponzi scheme is the US dollar, and that's something we can all agree on.
And now, welcome to the Scammy Awards. Live from downtown Las Vegas, it's the Crypto Couple.
She said the C word!
Yes, we said the C word. We are here in Las Vegas, and we are happy to be here to announce all of our our favorite Scammy awards.
And you know, if you need to wash your mouth out with soap, we brought complimentary bars if you say crypto. The nominees for Scammer of the Year are Elon Musk, Richard Hart, Vitalik Buterin, Mark Zuckerberg.
So, Vitalik's an obvious favorite. But, I really do hope that Zuck is wearing his white face sunscreen, because he might get burned tonight.
It's a good thing he's not wearing blackface, because the only way you can do that is if you're Justin Trudeau.
I'll honk to that. Trolls, what do you gotta say?
Troll table, what are your thoughts?
Man, Scammer of the Year. You know, this is hard. So these are the 2020 and 2021, since there were no Scammy awards last year. And, you know, Richard Hart won one award last time. And, I mean, the Hex trolls are insane. And, like, Vitalik is not going anywhere. But Richard has... I mean, for me, Richard Hex is something else. Let's see what Giacomo thinks.
So I'm also very conflicted because like Vitalik would deserve to win every year, basically. It's like the cult, but it's more like a prize to the career. It's more like something like that. I prefer to keep Vitalik for 2030, prize to the career, and that would be fine. So even if I find the guy very funny, I think Elon Musk is well positioned at this time around. I mean, this guy is convincing everybody that terraforming Mars is easier and less expensive than terraforming Earth if we screw up. That's even more absurd than Vitalik quantum computer emulated on classical computers. So I would say Elon Musk.
You just stole my fire because I was my presumption here is exactly the same. Vitalik is the ultimate scammer. He's like the 4D, 5D, 6D chess scammer that has managed to scam everybody into believing that the scam is not a scam. But I mean, Mark Zuckerberg, I don't think he even deserves to be up there. He's just like, he's a robot. Like, you know, I don't think he's even a human, so that doesn't count. Richard is like one of those guys who, you know, he's too fat, so he tries to just compensate by...
You know what? Richard's first scam was so popular that I didn't even know if he launched a second scam until like 6 months later. Hex.
What the second?
Pulse chain. He replicated Ethereum. He cloned Ethereum as a better Ethereum. Hex wasn't enough. He launched Pulse chain in 2021.
Oh fuck, I didn't know. Okay, I have to change my vote. I thought Richard was still doing Hex. Sorry, Richard. Sorry.
So did I.
Yeah. So I mean, Elon, I think mixing together Doge, mixing together like this idea of like Giacomo said, terraforming fucking Mars while we still can't feed the people on the planet already is like the dumbest idea ever. And then adding onto that like solar panels, which are stupid for energy, and expensive golf carts as well. Like there's 4 scams that is running simultaneously. I don't know, for me, Elon Musk takes it, even though Richard Hart is probably the most repulsive of the scammers. Well, actually, the 5th scam that Elon is running is dating, like, whatever the fuck Grimes was. So that's like...
She is an elf, technically.
Yeah. It is an elf. More accurate.
All right. Are we ready? The first winner of the evening. Drum roll, we don't have one. But it is, with no further ado, for Scammer of the Year, we have Richard Hart.
Richard Hart.
He pulled it off. Hard work pays off, guys. Look at that. He won an award tonight.
Richard Hart wins.
Does everybody get free hex now?
I think so.
Oh, free pulse, free pulse.
Our next category is going to be the most anti-Bitcoin organization. Let's see who we have.
The nominees for most anti-Bitcoin organization are the International Monetary Fund, World Economic Forum, Central Banks, the Bank of International Settlements.
Okay, we're all voting. And I get that, I do. But I think we need to take a step back, and this is me being like from the heart. And we need to thank these people who work in these international organizations because they actually provide us with something so useful and critical at this time. And that's daily reminders of why we need Bitcoin.
We need it because they're corrupt, unelected bureaucrats who enrich themselves through their policies, insider trade, and steal from all of us through inflation. They also look like saggy old toads, but I guess that's what corruption does.
Trolls, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I was going to go first. I was waiting for you guys to nominate Coinbase.
That was last year.
Honorary
That was
mention.
last year. Okay, well, what about Andreessen Horowitz? That was the other one I was thinking.
Oh, no, this was the government edition.
Okay, well, in that
Not the
case,
Twitter
like,
award.
the common theme between Coinbase, Andreessen Horowitz, and this is the evil guy with the bald head. So I'm going to go for our best friend Klaus.
There are so many movie villains in this category, it's incredible.
So I would say that we should award the most dangerous of the enemies of Bitcoin. And if you put all these guys in the same room, the guy on the right will just eat the others. So I think that he will be the most dangerous. So I vote for him.
Man, you know, this is really hard. Like, everyone has made fun of the Bank of International Settlements guy.
Holy shit.
That was the boss that Bitcoin will have to defeat. Who remembers the meme with this? You guys seen him in his suit? Like with one button? There was one meme. They basically like zoomed in on that. And it was like, the state of Bitcoin's resistance. Who remembers that meme? That was hilarious. All right, but you know what? I gotta go. Okay, the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab is the most recent, most evil organization. But as the Lifetime Achievement Award for the most evil organization, for me, it's actually the IMF over the central banks. So I'm gonna vote. I think the IMF deserves this. They've done a lot more globally that's been bad, and they really hate Bitcoin. So for me, it's the IMF.
Okay. Oh, got a lot of strong nominees. That's what it is.
Yeah, these are hard choices.
They really are. They really are. Okay. And the winner, the most anti-Bitcoin organization is the World Economic Forum.
Wow.
Klaus Schwab's bum slobs are working really hard.
You know, that's actually great because like 3-4 years ago, barely anyone knew what the World Economic Forum was.
And today Klaus is here with us to take... Oh, joking.
Klaus, come on down.
You know, one of these days, somebody will be here to pick up an award, which also means we will have to create an award. If you guys look at the award, and I gotta shout out to Zezo. Where are you, Zezo? That was his idea. A golden shit pump.
All right, we're going to move on to our next category, which is the most centralized, decentralized blockchain.
The nominees for most centralized, decentralized blockchain are Cardano, Ethereum, Polkadot, Solana.
So, my favorite thing when I talk to people about decentralization is that when I talk to them, they're like, oh, you're the crypto couple. I'm like, yes, that is our name, but we're Bitcoiners. And they're like, well, we're only like a little bit centralized. And I'm like, well, you can't be. Like, you can't be a little bit pregnant. Like, you're either centralized or you're not. You're either pregnant or you're not.
We could try, though, on the little bit. Like, it might still work, right? No? Okay. Perhaps later.
Oh no.
Trolls, what do you think?
All right, let me go first on this. Because, specifically, since all of the shitcoins are centralized, we have to limit this to those in the top 10. This was in the top 10 by market cap. Who is the most centralized that claims to be decentralized? For me personally, it's Cardano. I think it's Cardano. Because talk about a narcissistic leader of that project. He started with BitShares, didn't have enough control. He moved on to Ethereum, didn't have enough control, until eventually he just said, fuck it, I'll just do it myself. And that got us Cardano. All great candidates, we all know about Ethereum, but my vote would be for Cardano.
So I will not be original, I'm sorry, but this is a personal revenge because you remember during the conference in El Salvador when Chivo wallet was sucking so hard that everybody was criticizing Chivo, and then if you did it on Twitter, there was the Chivo support just basically waiting on every discussion like if you have a problem, just call us. And 3 days ago there was MetaMask censoring users directly from Infura. And then we started to discuss the fact that Ethereum is completely centralized in Infura. And then MetaMask support started to, I had probably 400 notifications of MetaMask asking, do you have a problem? Ask us. So just as a revenge, I will vote Ethereum.
Shit, this is a hard one. I mean, I've not even heard of Polkadot. What the hell is that?
That's Gavin Wood. That's the guy who actually wrote all of Ethereum and then let Vitalik deal with it.
So it seems like there's an exodus from Ethereum and there's like Ethereum spawning its own competition of other centralized, decentralized shitcoins.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm gonna go with Solana because it's basically, I'm gonna stick with my Andreessen Horowitz thread because I think, I mean, they're VCs, they invested in a company effectively and they called it a blockchain and all the idiots bought it because they're idiots. So Solana is my
And the winner is
Solana! Come on, okay.
Yeah, so always remember.
do a DLC.
Also remember, there's who you think should win, and who you think will win, and who you believe should win. They could be different.
Our next category is the Scam Incubator of the Year.
The nominees for Scam Incubator of the Year are Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, OpenSea, Uniswap,
Go back 10 seconds. Go back 10 seconds.
Tough one, man.
Hold the button and like move the
Don't know how I married this guy.
Slowly. If you hold the button, you can find the mouse.
I'm holding it, I swear. It's this helmet.
Totally it.
It didn't boil up. There it is.
Oh, and we lost it all.
X-Frog,
Magneto has lost.
help, save me.
So this is a live demo of OpenSea.
Yes, this is totally on purpose. We're gonna freeze your accounts next.
X-Frog, go back 10 seconds. Go back 10 seconds.
These are all NFTs.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Non-functioning tokens.
Scam Incubator of the Year are
No, go back 10 seconds.
Ethereum,
Non-functioning television.
Leave it.
Leave it, you're good. I'll get you.
This is Scammy, so good.
Yes, I do.
Binance
We're
Smart
gonna focus on
Chain,
Ethereum.
We just needed to hear them again, yeah.
In case anyone forgot.
Uniswap,
We did.
This honestly makes this next joke a lot better because we hear the word Ethereum all the time, and now we just heard it again. And I feel like Ethereum's the new Beetlejuice, where you just see it 3 times.
Vitalik emerges in a bear suit. Do not say it 3 times, please. It's unsafe.
So trolls, I want to know,
We're
if
gonna-
Vitalik came in with a bear suit and started to talk to you about Ethereum, what would you say to him?
A bear suit, more like a unicorn suit.
Okay.
Not like in a bear suit.
I feel like you wear a Teletubby suit.
So this category, so when I set this category to people, everyone always said, Andreessen Horowitz, right, a scam incubator. But no, these are the platforms. These are the centralized, decentralized platforms that breed scams. And for me, Binance Smart Chain is started to take over Ethereum. But I know so little about Uniswap and OpenSea that Binance Smart Chain I understand. I'm not exactly sure how the others work. But for me, it's Binance Smart Chain. But I've been so off on all of these. Like the votes have been surprising me.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if you put smart in the name, it means that must be something really smart. So I think I will vote for CZ. I mean, sounds smart, right?
It says
It's like,
smart.
yeah, when you go on Binance and you have to actually withdraw all Bitcoin, it will just give you a few options. One is withdraw actual Bitcoin and pay $7 of fee, or withdraw Bitcoin on Smart Chain and just pay a few cents and basically leave out the Bitcoin. So that's very smart. So I go for CZ.
This is tough. I was gonna pick CZ in the beginning, but as far as I know, I mean, OpenSea created like
That's the NFT shit, right?
exactly. Scambrian explosion of art, right?
Tone's
Like,
playing dumb. He knows exactly what it is.
So yeah, right. Tone's got an NFT on there, trust me. So that one, like, for a second, I thought it was going to take pole position, but then Uniswap. I mean, isn't that the place where they had like the YAM tokens?
That's the yield farming.
Yeah, the YAM tokens and
Yeah,
these tokens
yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Like, haven't they rug pulled $12 billion in the last year or two, something like that? They
That's
like,
it?
I mean, they rug pulled a lot of money.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to get those numbers up.
Yeah, those numbers up, yeah.
So I, for me, I think this one is probably, fuck, it's tough. Scam Incubator of the Year. I'm gonna.
And the
Peer
winner,
pressure, Alex, peer pressure.
What's it gonna
and
be?
the winner.
Okay. Just because everyone said OpenSea, I'm gonna say Uniswap. Fuck you.
Okay, this is hotly contested. The
And
winner,
the winner is.
Scam Incubator of the Year. Oh, OpenSea!
Who could have seen that coming?
That was the people's favorite, I think. That's what we all wanted.
The remnants don't understand democracy.
Come on, guys. These are. It's hard to choose. They're all losers.
A lot of these were very, very, very close. There are very few that were just total landslides, I'll say that. Our next category is a little bit juicy. It's the Celebrity Crypto Scammer of the Year.
The nominees for Celebrity Crypto Scammer of the Year are Kim Kardashian, Floyd Mayweather, Paris Hilton, Mark Cuban.
You know, it is no coincidence that multiple of the nominees, perhaps more than 2 in this category, have sex tapes.
Because they clearly just want to fuck people.
But you know what, to be fair, I will take a sex tape, I will take a night in Paris any day over spousal abuse. Floyd Mayweather.
That got heavy.
It'll get heavy.
Trolls, what do you have to say?
I mean, I didn't even know the bimbos were scamming people. For me, Banana Man would have traditionally taken it, but I thoroughly enjoyed Bitcoin 2021 when Floyd Mayweather got on stage. And I remember I was actually walking out of the conference, and I didn't actually know it was him on stage. I just thought it was some, sports guy on stage talking about crypto. And as soon as he started like opening his mouth, I was walking with some guy, and I'm like, this guy's about to go fucking crypto on us. And he's like, how do you know? And I was like, I can just tell in his language where he's talking about, you know, it's for everyone, and it's, you know, he's dropping words like equality and everything like that. And then boom, he said it. You know, this is all about like, you know, we're all together here, and it's, you know, it's about all the cryptos, and we don't know if Bitcoin's gonna win, so we have to be open to all of it. I was like, motherfucking shitcoin. So for me, he's the scammer of the year, at least for me.
So I'm not sure about. I'm not sure I've seen all these people's sex tapes. So I will go.
You're not fooling anyone.
So I particularly enjoyed Mark Cuban's one. It was hard. It was like the director's cut.
Extended edition.
You know, back in the World Crypto days, who was watching me on the World Crypto Network? All right. We were making fun of Mark Cuban on the World Crypto Network before I even had my own YouTube channel. And he is still at it. So for me, it's gotta be Mark Cuban. I mean, you don't expect much from Floyd Mayweather or the rest of them. But Mark Cuban should know better. And since 2015, he's been at it. So he might be nominated for the Lifetime Scammer Achievement Award one day, but for me, it's Mark Cuban hands down.
Okay. I just like to put it on the record that I'll take a tungsten cube over the cubes any day. Just want to throw that out there.
And the winner is.
And the winner is. Oh, Tone was right. It's Mark Cuban. You worked hard for it, guys, and if he keeps it up, he might have that Lifetime Scammer Achievement Award. You know?
I hope he sees this. So, because this is America, and in America, we love to follow up Hollywood with politics, our next category is the most Bitcoin clueless no-coiner public servant.
It's the Peter Schiff Award, but the Peter Schiff Award just applies to the clueless part, not the public servant, obviously.
Yeah, so, okay, let me play. So, Peter Schiff won this last year. Last year was academics, you know, Peter Schiff, Nouriel Roubini, Paul Krugman, and there was one more, I don't remember. And Peter Schiff won in a landslide. So, we had to change it up. Otherwise, Peter Schiff would win every year. Just like the most centralized, decentralized blockchain, we had to remove Ripple. It was actually the Ripple Award.
They're a shoo-in.
Because they would win every year. So, this is government officials for the Peter Schiff Award.
The nominees for Most Bitcoin Clueless No-Coiner Public Servant Edition are Elizabeth Warren, Janet Yellen, Hillary Clinton, Brad Sherman, Trump.
This one's easy. It's fucking Elizabeth Warren.
Wait. You know, we find that Bitcoin is impressive for a lot of reasons, and we've been talking about Bitcoin and why it's impressive for the last 2 days of conferences. But one of my favorite reasons is that Bitcoin, which is literally just code, has more charisma than Hillary Clinton.
Now, I've got a little joke for you, just a question, really. What do Native American ancestry and Bitcoin have in common? Well, Elizabeth Warren doesn't have either. And on that politically correct note, trolls. What say you?
You can go. You know my answers. Other than that, like, Brad Sherman is the one who knows most about Bitcoin out of all of these, so he's definitely not clueless.
So I was going to say Hillary Clinton, but I really don't want to die so soon. So I think.
Oh man!
He's gonna get
I'm young, so I would say all the others, but not her.
I wanted to make an Epstein joke, and he said it was too dark.
Well, Hillary doesn't have much time to learn about Bitcoin. She's got that new job as the prison guard undercover, you know.
Watch out, Gila.
Yeah.
You know, since I did post these things on Twitter for voting, and there was other voting as well. So I'm very surprised that, it's surprising not. Brett Sherman did not get a lot of votes. We all love Brett Sherman, but the thing is,
Deserved them though.
Brett Sherman actually understands Bitcoin. He understands it so well that you hear in his voice how much he hates it because he understands it. And that's the crazy part. So, yeah, it's Elizabeth Warren.
Okay, what do you guys think? Is it Miss Elizabeth Warren?
Aug. Sorry.
And the winner is. Spoiler alert, it is Elizabeth Warren! She did it! I'm proud of her. I really am. It's not a shocker though that Hillary lost this as well. Trump might contest the results of this particular category. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out.
Well, our next category is the most, if you can remember, irrelevant blue chip crypto.
The nominees for Most Irrelevant Blue Chip Crypto, aka the BCH BSV Award, are Litecoin, Chainlink, Zcash/Dash, Tron.
One of the most beautiful things, and this isn't comedy, this is just truth, is that Bitcoin doesn't need thousands and thousands of dollars or anything to stay relevant. It just is. And to be an engagement tweet, Bitcoin doesn't care.
And no, neither does anybody else here about this category. It is irrelevant, but we'll deal with it all the same. Now, trolls, you guys have been around for a while. What do you think?
This was actually hard because we had to pick altcoins that were so popular at one time that people thought they could overtake Bitcoin. And now nobody cares. And the interesting thing is, so you can't pick between Zcash and Dash. They are both equally bad.
They don't even deserve their own slot.
Right. And so you gotta group them. It's one or the other. It's the non-privacy coins. Maybe that'll be a category one day.
That's a good
And but it was interesting because about 4 days ago, a registration came in for this conference, and it said Charlie Lee. And it was the real Charlie Lee, but I didn't see him. I don't know if he showed up. Charlie, are you here? His brother did invite him.
He's disguised as Vitalik, actually.
And I felt almost bad putting Litecoin in this category. But
we all feel bad for Litecoin.
For me, it's like, this is really hard. Okay, it's not Tron for me because Tether is still, Tether is more popular on top of Tron than on top of Ethereum because of the fees. So this is really, really hard. So now we're down to Litecoin, Chainlink. People still think Chainlink is a thing, and it still has a decent price. So now it's down to Litecoin, and the Zcash spoke in front of Congress. Zcash, for me, is Zcash and Dash. And Dash was all over Venezuela. They're still trying to get Venezuelans to get more fuck that they already have. For me, it's those scammy privacy coins.
So again, I will abuse my position here for a personal revenge. It was a few years ago. It was in Chile, and there was a conference going on, and I was in the bathroom of the hotel. And then people started to call out, Zuko, you're on stage, Zuko, you're on stage. So I ran out of the bathroom on stage, and it was fucking Zuko of Zcash.
Yeah, Zuko.
So, that was bad for me. So, Zcash Dash, absolutely.
That is incredible.
That's good. Actually, you know what? I met Zuko at Crypto Springs in
I heard that was terrible.
It was a disaster. But you know what? we went hiking, and we went up this big mountain, and they took us all up, and it was a motherfucking hot day in Palm Springs, and everyone's dying on the way up, and there was this one guy who climbed the entire fucking mountain with dress shoes and jeans on. And when we got near the top, I was like, who's that dumb motherfucker in dress shoes and jeans? And it was Zuko. But not this one.
Not this Zuko.
That's an anecdotal story. For me, the pick has to be, like, in terms of irrelevance, imagine being a silver to a digital gold which is infinitely divisible. What a fucking ridiculous idea. So it's Litecoin, hands down.
This is the most anybody has talked about Litecoin in years.
Did they win? I actually have no idea who won this. I really don't.
Yeah, who is it? And the winner is.
It's a bit of an upset. It's Tron!
Wow.
The people have spoken.
I really think that is an upset.
It's the biggest upset of the night by far.
That is great.
But clearly, they're more irrelevant than what we thought was irrelevant. So that's saying something.
Right now we're doing free marketing.
Litecoin's really happy about not winning this. Yes.
One of these days, we're gonna get like the nominees here. I think after their coins die and they don't start another,
Don't,
they might actually have the time to show up.
But we had the phrase mayor last time, just on the wrong side of the...
The goal
Oh,
for
God.
everyone in this room is not to be on this list at any point in the future. Don't do it.
Our next category is a bit of a tongue twister. It is the Utopian Dystopia Crypto Dream.
The nominees for Utopian Dystopia Crypto Dream are NFTs, DAOs, DeFi and yield farming, proof of stake.
If I'm being honest, DAOs are a little bit interesting, and I think that DAOs maybe could work if there were no humans involved.
Oh, hold on. Are you trying to say that the exact same cancel culture that exists in the meat space is permeating into the metaverse?
I mean, yeah, I would have never predicted this.
I guess the only one who could have predicted this is fucking everyone. Obviously. Jeez. Anyway, guys, what do you think? We got a lot. This is a stiff competition.
This is a tough one.
I'm gonna let you guys go first. This is a really tough one. There was actually 5. It sucks that Twitter only lets you do 4. There was a 5th choice. We had to cut somebody out. The 5th choice was Web3. And I removed Web3 because it's not really crypto.
Technically, it could encompass NFTs and DAOs.
Web3 encompasses it all. It would be like, it would be the all world.
Yeah, this is tough, because DAOs are a scam. I always tell people, when it comes to DAOs, imagine how bad we are at making choices on general contracts, and if we automated that, basically the machines would just kill us all. So that's why that's bad. NFTs, on the other hand, I think this is more depressing, because NFTs fit more in the dystopia category, because art is supposed to be a reflection of the culture. And if our culture is becoming a fucking bunch of 2D drawn apes, then that's a bad reflection on our culture. And like, there was one thing, who's the guy from Galaxy Digital? Novogratz, yeah, that's the one thing I've ever agreed on him on. He said, Ethereum is the money of our culture. And I was like, yes it is, because we live in a fucking retarded culture. But that is not my final answer. My final answer is actually proof of stake, because that is the ultimate dystopia. Like, we live already in proof of stake. Imagine going to a digital proof of stake run by a bunch of nerds who've never had sex. That's the worst thing ever. So hands down, proof of stake.
Now, proof of stake in the carnivore sense, that I'm all for, okay? This one, not so much.
I wanted to say exactly the same. Fuck you. So, no, but you covered everything, NFTs and everything. So I will have to choose. What was the other one? So I don't think,
NFTs, DAOs, proof of stake,
DeFi
and
yield
farm.
farming.
You know, yield farming came and went. You know, we didn't have the like it's like all this stuff. It's like the ICOs. They never left. It's like the ICO plus yield farming.
I would go.
ICOs plus yield farming plus is an NFT. It's like they retain everything else and add something.
I would go with yield farming because we're not just the Bitcoin carnivores. We are Bitcoin carnivores hunters, and farming is so Neolithic. I mean, let's go with farming.
Goddamn agrarians.
I know. Speaking of stake, so when I pitched for the crypto couple to come here and be part of this amazing event, they looked at the website and the first thing he said was, "And the carnivore dinner, we're in."
I mean, that sealed the deal.
Like, so the stakes included? He's like, yeah, I was like, all right.
I'm with Svetsky. It's proof of stake. It's we've lived proof of stake for thousands of years, and they're still pushing it.
All right.
And the winner is...
It's another upset. It is NFTs. I don't know if I agree with this. I'm with you on the proof of stake as well, but the people have spoken.
Well, we're going to disappoint you further because the next category is the best right-click save of the year.
The nominees for Right Click Save of the Year, aka Top NFT Scam, are CryptoPunks, Bored Apes, The Sandbox, Decentraland.
You know, everything is pretty nascent right now, and there are a lot of risks. So, if we could all just bow our heads down and take a moment of silence for all the NFTs that were lost.
A moment of silence.
A moment of silence!
A moment of silence, you guys. This is serious this time, I swear. It's not a joke.
Hey, guys, give it down, give it
It's
down,
not a
give it
joke.
down.
It's very serious. I want to get a message through.
A moment of silence for all the NFTs.
Let's give the NFTs the respect they deserve.
Whoa!
You guys, a lot of NFTs were lost in phishing scams. This is very sad. We've got to appreciate this, okay? People are hurting from it. It's just a great example of how money does not buy intelligence. Or girlfriends, I don't think, in a lot of these cases, but perhaps someone at the troll table might disagree on buying girlfriends. I can't be sure. What do you say, guys?
That's Svetsky's territory. Trolls are trolling on trolls.
That's what we do.
It's trollception.
Is it our moment to pick?
Now it is your moment. And
Okay.
and you guys can be loud as fuck again. You know, it was a joke. I'm sorry I lied.
For me, it's the apes, hands down. Like for me, that's again coming back to the depressive state of art. Like the fact that people are trading pictures of fucking apes that are bored, like, and because they've got nothing better to do with their lives. Like, if there's anything more fear pathetic than that, just kill me now, please.
So I think that the apes were the only one making it into South Park special, if I'm not wrong. So I will go with apes as well.
That's fair.
You know, the NFT stuff. The NFT stuff, I mean, this is just so dumb. Like, the apes, Bored Apes wasn't enough. They had to create mutant apes. And then there was another one. And I don't think it was the same people either. It was just like, just copy of a picture. Who remembers that guy that like lost a bunch of apes? And then someone just like copied the picture and just said, I got them back for you. Like that. Do you see that Twitter, like the thread? It was like someone got their apes hacked, and then another guy is like just took pictures and just like copied it. Was here, I got them back for you. And the guy got really upset, and he blocked him. And then he replied to it. Wait, I don't understand. Does he need help or not? Like it was like the best troll ever. Yeah, it's gotta be. I gotta say this. It's a funny story. On our Bitcoin briefs, I tried making the case for a use case for NFTs. I did my best. My argument was that one day we're all gonna be doing meetings in VR, and Elon Musk will have his Mars office. And in that VR office, he may have a digitally cryptographic Mona Lisa from the Louvre Museum with only maybe 10 digital copies.
Are you trying to win the award, Don? Are you jealous of these people?
Right. And after I pitched my case for an NFT, Jimmy Simon is like, told you're an idiot. But in this case, it's the apes. It's gotta be the apes.
Okay.
Let's find out.
The winner. Top NFT scam right-click save of the year. They did it, guys. It's the Bored Ape!
Yeah, Bored Apes.
And just wait until they launch their Bored Ape Yacht Club token, which I'm sure will replace Bitcoin, right? And I say that totally seriously.
Sounds like we've got a lot of bored apes at the bar who won't shut the fuck up.
Hey guys. Guys, keep it down. Guys.
Down.
We're almost done.
We're not.
Below time preference.
Moving on, we are going to the best new scam.
The nominees for Best New Scam are Shiba Inu, Sheeb, Solana, Sol, Terra, Luna, Polkadot, Dot.
It was hard to ignore that Ukraine didn't ask for sheep donations. I mean, I couldn't overlook that.
I saw that there's breaking news. A lone Ukrainian Shiba Inu took out 14 Russian tanks single-handedly.
Fact check, true. Fact check has confirmed it.
I saw it on Twitter. Trolls, did you also see the story? Can you verify?
Of course.
What do we think about these? There's a lot of pretty
Alright,
solid
so
activities.
Svetsky has never heard of Polkadot. I actually have.
I've never heard of the other one as well. What the fuck is Luna?
I have no idea what Luna is. It's in the top 10. I have no idea what Luna is. For me, you know what? The Shiba and Solana, it's gotta be Shiba Inu. They literally copied Doge, which was a scam and a dead project. They copied it and made it more popular at one point. It's gotta be Shiba.
Yeah. Shiba is to Dogecoin what Bcash is to Bitcoin, basically. So I agree.
I'm with the guys unilaterally. The scam of the scam is the best scam. So it's like scam squared. So Shiba Inu by far.
And the winner is...
Shiba Inu! You gotta love when a favorite wins. It makes you feel good.
Our next category is my personal favorite, which is the rug pull.
The nominees for Rug Pull of the Year are Squid Game, Thodex, Luna Yield, Sushi Chef.
So the reason this one's my favorite...
Nominees for Shitcoin.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
Well, the reason this is my favorite category is because people literally watch the show Squid Game, and spoiler alert, there's literally only one person who wins. Everyone else gets screwed. And then they literally aped in to Squid Token and were surprised when they were robbed. I mean, how do you even do that?
Thodex sounds like a tampon, and that's, I can't get over it.
Or a blood thinner.
A blood
Can't
thinner
decide.
also, perhaps. It's one of the two. I don't know. Trolls, we need your input on this one.
First,
I mean, I've never heard of any of these things.
That's a good
That's all you
thing.
need to know.
That's a good thing, exactly. So, but hearing about, like, I mean, I've never watched that show, The Squid Games, but I've heard about it, and it's about, like, I don't know, killing people. So,
Everybody dies except one person, which is
Okay.
the anatomy of a rug pull.
Exactly. So for that reason, I think I'm gonna go with that one.
So Luna and Solana seems astronomical, while Sushi and the other one seems fish related. So we go with fish, and I would say sushi. But I had never heard of any of these.
This category is making me hungry.
Alright, so I know the voting here. I know who won this. I cheated. I know the winner here because it wasn't even close. It was like 80% voted for the winner. And the one that got the least amount of votes is Dodax.
The tampon.
And that was by far the biggest financial rug pull. That was an exchange that like took over $1 billion or something. I've never heard of it. No one here has heard of it. But they managed, like, it's gonna be Squid Game. Because the name and the brand, and that's the one that was popular. But it was crazy how the biggest financial rug pull almost in the history of Bitcoin that wasn't the hack didn't get any votes because nobody even knew it happened. That's how bad the shitcoin space is.
Still, I'm still disappointed because he's a friend of mine that our friend Robert is not in this category. I mean, the Breadlove Cloud was a great pull, right?
Okay. And Tony is correct on this. He did cheat. But the winner is Squid Game. But seriously, guys, if you buy a token, they're telling you what they're going to do to you before you buy it. They telegraphed it all. Like, there's no excuse for that one. I can't even feel bad. And a hush fell over the crowd.
Guys, go ahead.
This is really weird because I'm about to announce the shitcoin shill of the year, and that's a lot of shut sounds. So, onwards we go.
Shitcoin shill.
The nominees for Shitcoin Shill of the Year are BitBoy, Ron Neuner, Elon Musk, Kim.com,
I don't want to make Svesti's mistake. I will just go with democracy this time and say BitBoy.
I'd like to hear from the trolls first this time. Let's mix it up. We're hearing a lot of chants for Bitcoin.
Trolls first. We're impatient. Trolls are impatient. Go ahead.
I'm scared to do an upset.
He went Bitcoin, yeah. I mean, the South African is the classic, but I mean, I haven't heard from him for about 1.5 years or 2 years. Udi's back at Mossad. He got pulled back in. King.com, I mean, he's irrelevant and fat, so he doesn't matter. Elon Musk already won the other award for scam. Did he win the scammer award?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Richard Hart took that one home.
Yeah, okay, interesting. I debated Fat Fuck BitBoy, and you know, he tried to do like a whole sad story about how he was a junkie and he almost died from an overdose, and then later on he was saying something else about like how Bitcoiners are these people who are trying to be paragons of restraint, and I was like, yes, we are. And I said, your addictive personality just transformed from drugs to fucking shitcoins, and I don't think that went well with him. But anyway, fuck him. Here's the shill.
All right, so Rand, after he left Crypto Trader, started a YouTube channel called Crypto Banter. And all they do is promote shitcoin. They're just not as successful as Bitcoin. Yeah, it was in Bitcoin, but you know what? Elon Musk pumping Doge, it's gonna be a toss-up. I want to split this award between Bitcoin and Elon Musk.
You can't do that. You gotta pick one, goddammit. Don't be a woman.
It should be Bitcoin. It's gotta be Bitcoin.
I hope so too.
For our sake up here, I hope it's Bitcoin. The winner is Shitcoin Shill of the Year. Another upset, but it's Elon Musk. He brought home the Scammy. Wow. All right, it's enough, but you know what? He worked hard for that.
All right, everyone. So everyone here asked for Breedlove. That was also the Red Cool Award. So I had another category that we almost did it, but it was gonna be a little too controversial, and I regret removing that category. It was most hated Bitcoiner. And we had so many options.
And they took it off because I was gonna win.
So many options. It was too many choices between Breedlove and McCormick and who else? And Udi. It was just too many. The list was like 12 people. But maybe next year. They still have a chance to prove themselves.
For our next category, we have the most cringe YouTuber.
The nominees for Most Cringe YouTuber are Raul Paul, David Portnoy, BitBoy, Tone Vase,
You know, I like to think that there is good cringe and bad cringe. There are two different types of cringe. And Tone, I think you're the good cringe.
She has to say that because he invited us to this event.
And it's an amazing event. I know we already did this once, but thank you to Tone, Muzz, all the organizers, artists, everyone who created this amazing Bitcoin experience. Let's give them another round of applause.
This has been fucking amazing, guys. Cheers to all of you organizers, and thanks for having us.
Over to you.
What do you say? Does BitBoy take this one?
I say that in order to have for the first time somebody receiving the actual award, I will vote for Tony.
I got a lot of votes. But BitBoy, it was an upset in the last YouTube one. BitBoy has to take this one. I gotta vote for BitBoy. I can vote for myself or BitBoy. But you know what? Like Dave Portnoy and Raul Paul, they're it's still gonna be BitBoy.
Yeah, man, this one's a hard one. For me, those of you who know me better know that Raul Pal's in my top 5 most hated people in the world. So thank you. I did a video about this guy in 2019 when he first got Dan Tapiero on his show and he first rediscovered Bitcoin, right? This was before the bull run happened. And I was just listening to them talk about, they're throwing around terms like, the truth machine. And, they basically read a bunch of cryptocurrency books and they were talking about like rediscovering Bitcoin as gold and all this shit. And I was just listening, it was so bad, it was so cringe. So I just did this video trying to correct them, trying to be nice. And I obviously got ignored. And just watching his transformation, like people suck this guy off as if he knows something about macro. Like, newsflash, he's been wrong for 15 years and he got lucky because it was a perma bear during the Corona scam crash. And then he told everyone during the Corona scam crash that the market was going to go down to 2,000, like the Dow Jones, and he was fucking wrong about that. This guy's just wrong about everything. Then he was, went all in on Ethereum because he thought that Bitcoin was just going to not perform as well. And, I don't know, everything he says, he's the most cringeworthy. And then the cream on, the icing on the cake for me was doing a BSV shill recently. Like, holy fuck, this guy's the cringest, bitch tits motherfucker in the world. So
some strong feelings.
I'm sorry.
Alright,
Tell me how you really feel.
So, Raul Paul, right? So, I was supposed to be on his show. I kind of messed up, but is Fish here?
Fish! Yes!
Is Socrates here?
Where's the fish?
Maybe not. So, raise your hand if you, nope, not yet. If you knew that there was a piece of Florida that is on the same time zone as Texas.
What?
3 hands go up. Right. There is a part of Florida that is not on the Eastern time zone. And it is on the Central time zone, which is where Texas is. So I missed Ralph Paul's interview because I was in Florida and I thought that just my phone and my computer were just like, I was like in this Bermuda Triangle. And there was a time warp. But now you know that there is a section of Florida that is on the same time zone as Texas.
This is the most convoluted excuse to not debate somebody I heard in my life.
So that's how I missed the Ralph Paul interview, and I feel like if I was there, this was like 2 years ago, if I was there, maybe he would not be a shitcoiner he is today, but it's still big boy.
Would he be a worse, even more cringe YouTuber? If there was both.
Alright, what do the people think?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Overwhelming.
The winner is Bit Boy! He really did deserve that one too. Jesus Christ.
Especially with this year.
Tom's gonna serenade us in a little while.
They're for Jim.
The next category, which is the final one, is the coveted Lifetime Scammer Achievement Award.
The nominees for Lifetime Scammer Achievement Award, aka the John McAfee Award, are Jed McCaleb, Dan Larimer, Charles Hodgkinson, Vitalik Buterin.
So, we had to call this one the John McAfee Award because, unlike Craig Wright, John can't sue us. So,
Rest in peace, John. And Craig, please don't sue us for just that. I actually am Craig Wright. Am I allowed to claim that? If he can do it, like I can too, right? I don't know. Trolls, what do you think? This is the final category, Lifetime
final
Achievement.
troll.
The final category for a Lifetime Achievement. Alright, so last year, let me tell you what happened 2 years ago. 2 years ago. The nominees for the Lifetime Scammer Achievement, two of them are here. Dan Larimer and Jed McCaleb. The other two nominees last time were John McAfee and Craig Wright. Now, there are certain criteria to be nominated for the Lifetime Scammer Achievement Award. You have to have created at least 3 scams, hence Jed McCaleb and Dan Larimer, at least 3 scams, and Charles Hodgkinson, 3 scams, or a really long lifetime of scamming. I really thought that John McAfee would win it in 2020. There was no 2021 because of COVID. But he was upset by Craig Wright. Craig Wright won last time.
We were all upset by Craig Wright.
And unfortunately, it was going to be in bad taste to nominate John McAfee. So we had to name the award after him because that is a long lifetime of scamming. I'm sure you all still get the McAfee virus pop up on your computer. So now we have 3 nominees with at least 3 scams that they've been involved in. And we needed a 4th. And Vitalik is young, and he has not been a long lifetime scammer, and he only has 1 scam. And for me, it is still Jed McCaleb. Raise your hand if you knew that Jed McCaleb created Mount Gox and sold it to Mark Karpeles. He sold it to Mark Karpeles with 80,000 missing Bitcoin that Karpeles didn't know about.
How many?
80,000 missing Bitcoin. Karpeles emails McCaleb asking him where is the 80,000 missing Bitcoin. And McCaleb replies in an email, maybe you can just mine it. Or you can buy it from someone. Or you can run the bot that we have. The Woolly bot. For me, this will always be Michaela. And one day he will win. But so many people don't know the history. And then Michaela is the reason why we have Ripple. He created Ripple. And when they kicked him out of Ripple, he created Stellar. And somehow, people don't know what McCaleb has done. And for me, this is McCaleb. But I have a feeling he's not gonna win.
So I have my third personal revenge story here.
There's a lot of revenge today.
There's a lot of that. So in 2013, I discovered Bitcoin. I started to read the Bitcoin talk. I could not really read English very well back then, but was trying. And I was scammed by Satoshi Nakamoto himself. Because there was a Bitcoin talk thread in which Satoshi was basically praising Ripple. And so it was 2013. I said, well, this Ripple project must be good. I mean, Satoshi himself is praising it. Little did I know that Ripple was a legit digital credit routing system without any shitcoin. That was closed down in 2006, way before Bitcoin. Satoshi was mentioning this old project, and what McCaleb did was to resuscitate an old project that was pre-existing Bitcoin as a shitcoin. So he managed to scam me through Satoshi Nakamoto himself. So that's a pretty elaborate scam. So I have to vote for you.
Tough to follow.
You can't top that. Okay, so to your thing earlier, Tony, you said those who should win it and those who will most likely win it. The person who should win it, I'm with both of you guys. Jed McCaleb is he's the ultimate scammer because no one even knows that it's a scam. And he's just literally... And XRP is like the zombie that won't die. It's like the chain link that won't die. It's still got an XRP army this entire time. It's incredible. I mean, Dan Laramie, I haven't seen him for a while, but that was an incredible
He's
scam.
working on his fifth.
Okay, does anyone remember EOS? Yeah? So, I mean, they sold, what was it, $4 billion in that ICO, and then they went and bought real estate and Bitcoin with all of that.
Dude, do you know that they own 140,000 Bitcoin?
I mean, that is like a next level scam, but still, probably not as good as Jed McCaleb. I think the other two, like, does anyone know that Charles Hoskinson's only around like 30 years old? Do you guys know that?
I thought he was 65.
Yeah, so like here's another like excellent scammer who's like, he should win the Academy Award, not just the Scammy Award.
The Lifetime Achievement Award. It's the Lifetime Achievement Award.
It's Best Picture.
He's up there, but I mean, Vitalik is the synthetic womb that has spawned every other shitcoin and scam since it was launched. So for me, the one who should win it is McCaleb. The one who will win it has got to be Vitalik.
All right, let's find out. The final winner of the night is...
The youngest ever recipient of this award, Vitalik Buterin!
Recency bias. That's recency bias.
This concludes our show. I hope everyone was highly entertained.
I've really had a nice time here tonight.
The moral of the story is you can lead a horse to Bitcoin, but you can't make it think.
Because it's a horse, obviously. All right, thank you guys.